2 Chronicles 7. When Solomon had finished praying, the fire came down from heaven and consumed the burnt offering and the sacrifices, and the glory of the Lord filled the house. The priest could not enter the house of the Lord because the glory of the Lord had filled the Lord's house. And when all the people of Israel saw how the fire came down and the glory of the Lord was upon the house, they bowed with their faces upon the pavement and worshipped and praised the Lord, saying, "For he is good, for his mercy and loving kindness endure forever." Then the king and all the people offered sacrifices before the Lord. King Solomon offered a sacrifice of 22,000 oxen and 120,000 sheep. So the king and all the people dedicated God's house. The priests stood at their post, and the Levites also, with instruments of music to the Lord, which King David had made to praise and give thanks to the Lord. For his mercy and loving kindness endure forever. Whenever David praised through their ministry, the priest blew trumpets before them, and all Israel stood. Moreover, Solomon consecrated the middle of the court that was before the house of the Lord, for there he offered burnt offerings and the fat of the peace offerings, because the bronze altar which he had made was not sufficient to receive the burnt offerings and the cereal offerings and the fat. At that time, Solomon held the feast for 7 days, and all Israel with him, a very great assembly, from the entrance of Hamath to the brook of Egypt. The 8th day they made a solemn assembly, for they had kept the dedication of the altar and the feast, each for 7 days. And on the 23rd day of the 7th month, he sent the people away to their homes, glad and merry in heart, for the goodness that the Lord had shown to David, to Solomon, and to Israel, his people. Thus Solomon finished the Lord's house and the king's house. All that he had planned to do in the Lord's house and in his own house, he accomplished successfully. Again, thus Solomon finished the Lord's house and the king's house. All that he had planned to do in the Lord's house and his own house, he accomplished successfully. And the Lord appeared to Solomon by night and said to him, "I have heard your prayer and have chosen this place for myself as a house of sacrifice. If I shut up heaven so no rain falls, or if I command locusts to devour the land, or if I send pestilence among my people, if my people who are called by my name shall humble themselves, pray, seek, crave, and require of necessity my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, forgive their sin, and heal their land. Now my eyes will be open. Again, now my eyes will be open, and my ears attentive to prayer offered in this place. For I have chosen and sanctified, set apart for holy use this house, that my name may be here forever, and my eyes and my heart will be here perpetually. As for you, Solomon, if you will walk before me as David your father walked, and do all I have commanded you, and observe my statutes and my ordinances, then I will establish the throne of your kingdom, as I covenanted with David your father, saying, there shall not fail you a man to be ruler in Israel. But if you, people, turn away and forsake my statutes and my commandments, which I have set before you, and go and serve other gods and worship them, then I will pluck Israel up by the roots out of my land, which I have given them. And this house which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight, and I will make it to be a proverb and a byword among all nations. And this house which was so high shall be astonishment to everyone passing it. Again, and this house which was so high shall be an astonishment to everyone passing it. And they will say, why has the Lord done thus to this land and to this house? Then men will say, because they forsook the Lord, the God of their fathers, who brought them out of Egypt, and laid hold of other gods, and worshipped and served them. Therefore has he brought all this evil upon them. 2 Chronicles 7. The Amplified Bible, Parallel Bible Reading by Shermanda.